If I'm gonna die tomorrow, would you pretend that you're in love with me just for the hell of it? I never say enough, putting on my best show. But if I'm gonna die, I've been watching cars pass by the window, always wishing I could chase them.
Hi guys, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but it's about 12:45 in the afternoon and we're finally gonna start boarding. This is everybody. This is Eirae. We're going to Melbourne today. It's February 14th, 2024. Last night at like 9 in the evening, I got an email that said our flight was delayed by 4 hours. I also heard that flights can be undelayed as well. It's not common, but I heard that flights can be undelayed. So I ended up coming to the airport at 5 in the morning with my friend who drove me to the airport on her way to work. And we have been at the airport since about, well, Eilai's been here since 5-ish, and then I've been here since 5:45, 6-ish. And we have been sitting here for the past 5-6 hours, and they keep delaying it. Last night it said it was a delay until like 12:50 p.m. and now it's about 1:15, 1:30. But they're finally boarding, which is I'm really happy about. I don't want to go on an 11-hour flight, and I don't know if I'm gonna survive it. Downloaded a lot of videos, and I'm also gonna be working on editing my book, which is really nice because it forces me to do something productive in my time. I'm gonna be doing a lot of editing, and I'm also gonna be watching a lot of videos on the plane, and I also bought a thing of Zippy's Korean fried chicken for the flight. We're in row 26 and they're boarding from the back to the front, and they're about like 35 or something like that. So I think we're gonna be going up soon. But honestly, because we don't have any carry-ons, we can just kind of like wait until everybody's done boarding and not worry about everybody. But yeah, I will see you guys in Australia.
These moments as I let them, scared of the thought of the end of the goddamn prettiest thing I never had. If I'm gonna die tomorrow, would you pretend that you're in love with me just for the hell of it? I never say enough, putting on my best show. But if I'm gonna die young, I hope you know you were my own. I've been losing my balance, double vision, cause you're messing with my as I let them, scared of the thought of the end. You're the goddamn prettiest thing I never had. If I'm gonna die tomorrow, would you pretend that you're in love with me just for the hell of it? I never say enough.
I got the keys. We're in Australia. Whoa. OMFG. Wait, it's cute in here. Wait, what? Oh my god. Wait guys, I'm gonna give you a proper house tour. I'm taking off my shoes. We do not wear shoes in the house. So, here's the entrance of the apartment, you guys. And then it's like this long hallway going down. First door on the left is a bed. Oh wow, awesome. We can each have like our own closet spaces. Cool. And then this apartment's on the second floor, by the way. Wait, where's the lights? Wait, what? Whoa. Whoa. The shower? Hi. I look crazy right now. Oh my god. We just carried our luggages up the stairs, but toilet, sink, mirror, and then shower. Oh, and oh, this is a half bathroom. Half bathroom, mirror, sink, some stuff down there. And then this is the living room, which is super awesome. Telephone. And then, oh, we have a balcony. TV, coffee table, living area, couch. And then, oh my god, onto the balcony. Wow. Yeah, wow. We have a little balcony area. It's sweet. This is, the whole balcony area is just for this apartment, which is really nice. I mean, obviously it is, but this is the view from our Airbnb. Honestly, it's not like anything too crazy because it's in the neighborhoods, but it's a really sweet apartment. Here's the view of the apartment from the outside. And then this is the lovely kitchen. What I would not give to live in an apartment like this. I absolutely love this. Cute little lovely table. Fridge for all the belongings. Stove, oven, cabinets, dishwasher, drawers. I'm sure there's utensils and stuff in there. And then sink. I wonder what this is for. There's like sink and then there's like tiny sink. I wonder what this is for. This is cute. Utensils, yes. This place is so cute, you guys. I absolutely love it. Hold on, I need to get settled and then I'm gonna do my like night recap vlog. You guys, oh my god. This day is fucking a lot. There's so much going on that like I'm overwhelmed and I'm like kind of getting sad. So beginning with our flight last night when we were in Hawaii, they texted or they emailed me at like 9 in the evening when I was right about to go to bed, and they said your flight is delayed and it's going to be delayed for about 4.5 hours. And so the flight didn't leave until about 1-ish. They left at like 1:30 or something like that. And I heard that flights can be undelayed, and pretty much the whole plane did not arrive until like 11 or 12. But there were only like a few of us staying there from the actual original boarding time or the original flight time in case the flight got undelayed. But I knew it was not probably gonna happen because I heard that flights undelay when they're able to find a new plane or when they find a new time slot to go to, which wasn't possible for our flight because our flight was the only flight going out of Hawaii to Australia. So I knew that it wasn't possible, but I wanted to be certain because I'm not confident in myself sometimes, and I wouldn't say that my information and my intuition is reliable. But anyway, so we had our flight and the flight honestly sucked. It was 11 hours long. I'm trying to get help with my sim. There's so many things going on right now and I'm like gonna cry. Did you get food? Yeah. So the flight this fucking bald guy in front of me. Okay, here's my thing. I think if you're in economy, reclining chairs should not be a fucking thing, because I was trying to fucking do some editing because I wanted to edit my manuscript on the flight and I didn't have enough space, and he did that for pretty much the whole fucking flight and it was so irritating. There were parts of the flight where I had to lean forward onto his chair to be comfortable, and I think during those times was also when he was trying to lean back, so he like pushed against my forehead when I was leaning against it. It was like me leaning on his chair and it was like slightly reclined, and then he was trying to like recline it more, and then he was being so fucking irritating about it. Nobody else around us reclined their fucking seats. It was just fucking him, and it was so irritating. Anyway, so other than that, the flight was fine. Actually, no, it was not. I almost threw up on the flight, which was new for me. There was, I think it was the beef lasagna that Jetstar provided us in the flex plan, or whatever the plan is that we're on for the flights. They have like a flex plan or something like that, and there's a lasagna included in the meal, and this lasagna was so fucking gross. It was like I almost got really sick. It was because of the lasagna. I'm sure it was just the lasagna. It was gross, and the cheese was really watered down, and there was no flavor to it, and it honestly kind of just, I don't know, it was not good. The stupid Optus person is trying to get me to buy a $49 plan. Unbelievable. These people are rubbish.
No, this girl was trying to be like, are you guys together? I was like, no. Because like, I don't know what she would have done if we were together. Like, would you put us on the same plan? Like, why would you ask that?
She said this person in the customer service says my SIM is not activated, but this email says your new Optus service is active. She says she can only activate it with their $49 plan. What do you mean?
They're really trying to like upsell, like give you the 35 pound, because even the girl at the counter was like, how many days are you staying? I said 3 days. She's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I don't need that much.
Guys, holy shit, like I am just so like baffled. Like I'm so overwhelmed and like sad and angry and not having a good time in Australia right now, honestly. But I don't know where I left off. Oh yeah, and I was talking about how nauseous I was. Like after I ate the lasagna, maybe about like half an hour to an hour after, I'm not lactose intolerant by the way, but maybe about a half hour to an hour after, like I got really nauseous, and I started gagging, and I started also having a panic attack at the same time because I was nauseous. Like on top of like having a panic attack and also being nauseous, it was like really not a good time for me. So I almost like called, like in my head was thinking like I should call over like a flight attendant to like come help me, or like to get me like a little barf bag or something like that, because I literally started gagging and I couldn't like bend over in my seat to grab my water, which was on the floor. So I had to ask my friend if I could like sip from her drink really quickly, and then that helped. That helped something. I don't know, it kind of like soothed my throat from like the gagging, and I kind of just stomached it for the next like 10 minutes or something. And eventually over the next hour following that particular incident where I was sipping from my friend's cup, the stomach pain went away and I stopped feeling nauseous. But I think my body just didn't react well to whatever the beef lasagna was. It was really weird. It was like a layer of something you can barely call cheese, and then below it is like watered down cheese that kind of what I assume to be like baby food cheese or something like that. It was just really terrible. And the flight was just, it was too long, and it was like really confining and scary, and I just don't like being sat down that long. And I used to like plane rides and I used to love the idea of them, but I don't love them so much anymore. And it was just like, it was a really terrible time. Like I was really stressed out and I was really sad and tired. But anyway, we got to Australia. I didn't even see us cross, like get to the part where we come from the ocean and come onto land. Like I didn't even see us flying over Sydney because there were so many clouds over the place. But towards the end of the flight, the clouds started picking up, or it started like clearing up, and I could see the land more, and I got to see like rivers and forests and stuff, and it was really cool. Or what I assumed to be forest. It was kind of dark, so I couldn't see much, but I saw rivers and it was like really cool. I've never seen rivers, by the way. I've never ever seen like a natural river in my life. We don't really have rivers like that flowing around in Hawaii, and I've only been in LA area of California, so I've never really seen rivers like that, and I never really saw anything like that in Japan either. But it was very like, not, I don't want to say beautiful to see, but it was nice to see. But we ended up having to circle around because the air traffic was busy, and so we did a U-turn, and then we did another U-turn, and then we headed over to the airport. We landed in Tullamarine, I believe, MEL. I think that's MEL, I think it's Tullamarine. And immigration was really quick. It wasn't even like immigration. Immigration, when you get there, you have to go to a kiosk and you put down your passport with the picture side on the scanner, and it scans your passport, and then they ask you a couple of questions like, do you have tuberculosis, or have you been to these places in the last week or the last month or something like that. And then they also like take your picture to match it up with your passport, and then they give you a little ticket with your picture and stuff on it. And so after that, it was like really quick. We only waited in line for 10 to 15 minutes, and then the actual process of doing it only took like a minute or so at the kiosk. And we went past the kiosk, and then you go and you grab your luggage, and the luggage part took the longest, honestly, because by the time we were done with the kiosk and everything with our passports and stuff, which I'm assuming like that is the immigration. It didn't say it, but that was like the kiosk itself was the immigration, which is super quick and really, really efficient. But after immigration, we had to go get our like luggages and everything, and that took the longest. It was like 20 minutes of waiting, because I guess by the time like we finished our like kiosk and immigration stuff, like they were barely just unloading the luggages from the aircraft onto the belt, so we had to wait for our luggages for a really, really long time. And then you head around the luggage, and then there's like 2 sections you go to. It's like if you have things to claim in your luggage, which we did not, and then you go to this other side where things you do not need to claim in your luggage. And then that line was really quick, and all they do is they take this piece of paper that they give you on the plane called an incoming passenger card or something like that, and then they also take the little ticket that the kiosk gives you, and they're just like, okay, you can go through after you give it to them, and then you're out. And that was it. And then it's really cute. You come out of like this little doorway, and then it's like barred, like, and then you go through like another doorway, and then it's like barred, and then there's all these people waiting at the bar. It's like really cute. It's really sweet. It looks like one of those like Hallmark movie places. After that, we went to go get our eSIMs, and honestly, this is like where it gets so fucking irritating, because now I have to go to the like a physical eSIM store tomorrow. But we get to this eSIM place. Everywhere I said, they said to get Optus for our eSIMs because it's the most widely used and best to use in Australia. That's what I've heard. So we went to the Optus counter, and then I got an eSIM, and they really kept trying to push me to get like a 35 gigabyte plan or like a $35 plan. It was one or the other. But I didn't need that much because I'm only here for a few days. So I only need like 5 gigabytes. And they had a plan that was 5 gigabytes for $12, and it expires in a week. And I'm gonna be leaving here in less than a week, so I don't need that much data. And they just kept really pushing it, and I was like, no, I want the 5 gigabyte for $12. And she was like, okay. And then she gave me my eSIM, and she gave me like a little yellow card with the actual physical eSIM card, and wrote down like my Australian phone number and took my information, and she made my account with the phone number, and my passport and everything. And then she gave me the eSIM and I paid for it, and I put the eSIM in my phone and it said I have 4G and it says that I'm on Optus, but when I got out of the airport it didn't work, which was like, why does it say 4G if it's not working? So it was just so irritating. But I was just so stressed out because there was just so many things happening at once. Like I was trying to figure out like, oh, why doesn't my eSIM work? And also like, how are we gonna get from the airport to our Airbnb, which we did an Uber, but I didn't know that this was a thing. But you, like at the MEL airport, you go out of the exit and then you stand at like these stations. I don't know, it was like areas, and they were marked off for like car pickups, and it was like numbered from like 5 through 14 or something like that, and they were all for UberX. And what you do is you wait in line for the next UberX, and then the lady who works that area tells you which number to wait at, and you go in and you wait at that number, and then an Uber just pulls up, and then you load in the luggage and everything, and then you sit in the car, and then you give him your Uber pin or something like that, and then he just knows to take you to the address that you need to get taken to. And I didn't know that was a thing. That's really cool. We don't use, or well, at least I don't use Uber a lot back home because I drive, and Uber is really expensive back home. And I didn't use an Uber when I was in California because my brother drove me everywhere, so there wasn't really need for me to use Uber in the States either. And of course in Japan, public transit, the Shinkansen and the regular trains, so there's not really a need for Uber. Yeah, I didn't know that that Uber pin thing was a thing, and it's really cool. It's super efficient. It's just like these Ubers just come and go, and they just pull up into stalls, and you just wait there for an Uber to come and get you, and it just pulls up and they just load your luggage in, and then you just go. It was really cool. It's like, it's really brilliant. Like I wish more airports did this. I'm like really surprised that I didn't see something like that at LAX, but I don't know if that's like a new thing or if maybe I just didn't see that, but that was really cool. But anyway, Uber driver, kind of scary. He was like tailing other cars and driving really fast and turning really fast, and it was to the point where the tires, you could hear the tires screeching on the pavement when he was turning, even though the windows were closed and everything. He was going a little bit fast and he was turning a little bit rough, but he got us to our place. And honestly, like Uber drivers, they have places to be, and he's on the clock right now, so I gotta respect the grind. But anyway, we got to our Airbnb and he dropped us off, and then we walked over to a house nearby that has the keys, because you have to pick up the keys from the Airbnb owner. And then we walked back over. It's like 5 minutes away from the actual Airbnb. And then we came into our Airbnb, and it's like really awesome and super lovely, and it's really pretty and sweet. I would love to just live here normally. It's such a cute little apartment for 1 or 2, and I don't know, it's really sweet. But anyway, even though we got back to like our Airbnb and I was finally like, oh my god, thank god, we can finally just like rest and just like get all of this off of us. Like we can shower and we can like take off our makeup and we can just go lie in bed. I ran into a couple more problems. I know this is stupid and I should have looked this up. I know better, but I didn't realize that I needed a travel adapter for the walls for my cords and everything like that. So I'm gonna have to go buy one, and for now I'm just gonna be using my friend's USB adapter for tonight. Thank god, she's awesome. And then I was trying to figure out why the Optus data wasn't working even though it said I had 4G, and I was talking, you guys saw it in earlier clips, I was talking to a helper, like a 24/7 assistant or someone that works for Optus customer service, and they were like just taking me around in circles. They were trying to get me to buy this, what is it, like $49 plan for more data. It's a ridiculous amount of data. Like, I don't even use 5 gigabytes in a week. Like 5 gigabytes is more than enough for me. And she really said, after I was like, oh, I don't need that much, I'm only staying here for a couple of days, and my friend is on the plan that I want to be on, and I told the lady I wanted to be on, please just activate that plan for me. And she was like, don't you need more data allowance? I was like, please just activate my SIM on the data plan that I am talking about. And she just kept taking me around in circles and circles and circles, and I was like just really not having any of it because I just got off of this 11-hour flight and just went through the airport, and having to like deal with all of this and being without data in another country is a little scary. Like, between the flight and having to deal with like the airport and the delayed flight and my data not working and being a little hungry and being nauseous, I was just like not having a good time. Yeah, honestly, like first day, not good. I'm expecting it to be better because, you know, the first day is always going to be a little bit rough. Tomorrow we're going to be going to the zoo, and then we're going to go do Eilei's like cruise canoe thing. It's not a canoe, like a kayak. No, it's not a kayak either. A cruise. We're gonna be doing like a boat cruise through Melbourne. It's like a cruise tour, and then afterwards we're gonna go to the Melbourne Skytree experience. And yeah, and then before all of that in the morning, we're gonna go head over to the Optus store, and hopefully they sell adapters as well. Yeah, hopefully all goes to plan tomorrow and I can fucking get working data at a physical Optus store. If I need to buy a new one, then fine, whatever. But I just want to be able to have like a working phone while I'm in another country. 1:17 in the morning now, and my contacts hurt so much, and I just want to take a shower, and my face is super oily. But yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower and I'm gonna go to bed, and hopefully tomorrow will be a better day and I will get this data thing sorted out at the Optus store tomorrow, hopefully, and we just have like a really fun time at the zoo and everything like that. I don't want this to ruin my trip. Like that woman just pissed me off, and that bald man in front of me just pissed me off. Recliner chairs should be taken away from economy. Stop treating the flight as if it's a luxury experience. You do not get to lay back and invade my space. Yeah, I'm gonna go head to bed, and no one's probably watching this because I know y'all don't like to hear me talk. I'm gonna head to bed, and hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. And I am gonna knock the fuck out once I get into bed. I know I am. I will see you guys tomorrow for all the fun things we have planned.